Ryan Garcia is known since he was a kid that he was special, and everybody around him knows that he's special.
We started at age 7. He wanted to achieve these goals where he could beat up a championship boxer like Luke Campbell, who was a gold medalist, and that's a kid's dream.
You're never gonna be at your best, ever, but you're always striving to get there. Right now, Ryan, he's at that stage where he's climbing the ladder and he's almost there to the top.
He could have taken lots of other fights, made millions of dollars with lesser opponents, and people would come out to see him. But he feels that he's the best. You have to fight the best and prove it.
I was willing to put myself on the line for the sport to get the respect that I feel I deserve. So I did everything I could to make it happen, and I didn't take no for an answer.
This is a mega fight. The 2 best fighters in their division. This is what you do when you believe in yourself. This is what you do when you've worked your whole life for something.
I think this fight is the biggest fight of our era, maybe it's fight of the decade, just because of the magnitude. We never get to see the best against the best. We never get to see 2 undefeated. Usually we see mismatches, and I can tell you who's going to win. Because every fighter likes to calculate, I don't want to lose my hope. They're willing to risk it all.
Only a few days left, and Ryan Garcia's final training camp looks like a lab creating a Frankenstein for the Barrios fight. Cold, clinical, terrifyingly deliberate.
What's up, guys? We're here at TNT facility with my strength and conditioning coach, Cipriano, also known as Sip, also known as Uncle. I could keep going all day, but today I'm gonna go in with you guys through my strength and conditioning workout. You're gonna see what helps me with my speed and my power. Obviously, God gifted. Thank the Lord all day long for my power and speed. So fast, use it for good, but then when I fight, I just knock somebody out. But Sip helps strengthen it, got sharpen the tools. So you're gonna see how I do it today. Let's get it.
Today's our cardio day, baby. So stuff that we're doing today is not traditional, right? We're gonna be moving fast. We got 10 rounds, we got 30 seconds, simulating a 3-minute round with a minute break in between. Y'all better stop playing and get ready. All right, so here we go. Our first workout on this 10 rounds. What we're gonna do is we're gonna get down low, we're gonna explode, right? Which is gonna work that serratus muscle. So when Ryan takes his shot, everything is coming through here, and it's also the big boxer muscle. There it is. That's what we do. Damn, only halfway. You already did 100 of them. There you go. Come on. Let's go, nephew. Get it.
Let's be brutally honest about something that nobody in boxing really wants to say out loud, but absolutely everybody is thinking. Ryan Garcia is either about to pull off the most stunning redemption arc in recent boxing history, or he is about to crash and burn so spectacularly that even his most loyal fans will be left staring at their screens wondering what on earth they just witnessed. There is no middle ground here. There is no comfortable, lukewarm outcome waiting at the end of this fight. This is Ryan Garcia standing at the edge of a cliff, looking down and deciding whether he's going to fly or fall.
Workout, once again, a low impact on the body. So now we're going fast. Keep hitting them halfway. We're doing it quick. Once again, get that heart rate up. There we go. Good. Get them moving. Stay on point. Great job. Come on, baby. 10 seconds. Come on. Got this. Come on, no working like you. Let's get this, baby. 5 seconds. Push that. Come on. There we go. Look at that. Woo!
And Mario Barrios is the man holding the parachute, deciding whether or not to hand it over. Because here's what we know, and what Ryan Garcia himself has admitted with a level of self-awareness that honestly shocked the entire boxing world. The partying happened, the drinking happened, the nights that should have been spent recovering, sleeping, and sharpening that extraordinary God-given talent were instead spent doing absolutely everything a professional prize fighter should never, ever do. And the results showed up in the ring in the most humiliating way possible. Because you cannot hide poor preparation when someone is trying to take your head off for 12 rounds.
The circumstances are much different, after that year of suspension, it was much different circumstances. I was coming off of suspension, and during that suspension, I was drinking and partying and doing whatever I want for all the way through until they told me that I had to fight. My instincts told me not to. My body wasn't well, it had a lot of toxins in it, as you can imagine. A lot of stupid that I did. But when you have a lot of people in your ear and People are telling you you can make $5 million, it's an easy fight, and but internally that it's not the right decision, and I didn't trust my heart and didn't trust my instincts, and I paid the price for it.
I'm listening and thinking, hold on, this is the guy people called unfocused, and now he's saying he knew the Rolly fight was the wrong decision. Every day in camp, he felt off, his body shutting down, instincts screaming no, and now he's surgically removing those ghosts.
Next workout here, a little bit modified reverse crunch. All right, we're gonna come up, really focusing on getting that core, getting them abs way down in the spine. There it is. Going. Like I said, one of the biggest things for us is keeping his abs on point, keeping his core on point. Woo, look at that. Most importantly, having that stability that he needs for them legs and torso working together. Come on. Good.
The ring is the world's greatest lie detector, and Ryan Garcia failed the test, publicly, repeatedly, in front of millions of people who had once believed he was going to be one of the greats. But now, something is apparently different. The training camp has been described as intense, demanding, and completely transformed from whatever charade was passing for preparation before. We're talking brutal cardio sessions, serious core conditioning, the kind of structured and focused environment that builds champions rather than embarrassing cautionary tales. Garcia has apparently looked at the wreckage of his recent reputation, stared long and hard into the mirror, and decided that the person looking back at him needed to change. And credit where it's due. Showing up to a grueling camp and committing to the process when you've been living the soft life is genuinely not easy. The question that boxing fans everywhere are screaming into the void is simply this: is it enough? Is it too late? And perhaps most devastatingly, do we even believe him anymore?
With all that experience, that's why I'm taking it into this fight. I've been in there, like I said, with Tank, who's very explosive, very quick. With Pacquiao, very awkward, like someone one of a kind. Thurman, who's a great movement, a big puncher. So yeah, I'm looking to just use everything that has got. I also think that's what makes him a very dangerous opponent, and I'm not taking this fight lightly. Regardless of everything I might see on social media, everything people might tag me in. This is definitely a fight for both of us. Where yeah, man, I can't and I don't want another loss. And it's the same for him. So there is a lot riding on this. It's not something
That last question is the one that hangs over everything like a thundercloud that refuses to either rain or move on. Because Ryan Garcia has burned goodwill before. He has made promises before. He has looked focused and locked in before, right up until the moment he didn't. The boxing world has a long memory, and the trust that gets broken in this sport takes an extraordinary performance to rebuild.
I'm not sure, but like I said, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna just just test him in every way that I can. Whether it's pressure, whether it's just that presence, and then just just letting him know you're like that. Like it's not gonna be
Not a good performance, not a solid performance, an extraordinary one, a statement, a declaration. The kind of night that makes people say, okay, I was wrong, he's back, he's real, and I will never doubt him again. That is the mountain Garcia needs to climb on fight night.
Sure, there's fights where he can look sensational, but next fight he doesn't. And that just happened with Haney, and then the next fight against Rollis, he didn't look too good. So we don't know what we're gonna see with Ryan. I hope to, I like Ryan, he's great.
And Mario Barrios is standing directly in his path, looking absolutely unbothered. And let's talk about Mario Barrios for a moment, because the narrative around this fight has done him a genuine disservice by treating him like a supporting character in Ryan Garcia's personal comeback story. Mario Barrios is not a prop. Mario Barrios is not a carefully selected opponent designed to make Garcia look good. Mario Barrios is a seasoned, experienced, technically sound professional who has shared the ring with Gervonta "Tank" Davis.
And that could favor Barrios a lot, because Gusen knows Ryan. So it's interesting. If Ryan lands, he's so fast and so strong that if he lands, he's gonna hurt him and finish him and become champion and all the love for him and credit for him. But if he doesn't and if Barrios fights smart, goes and knows, takes it to the later rounds, you know, Ryan might be in trouble. It's gonna be an interesting fight.
One of the most dangerous punchers on the planet. And with the legendary Manny Pacquiao. Let that sink in for a second. While Ryan Garcia was out somewhere making questionable life decisions, Mario Barrios was getting his education in the most demanding classroom boxing has to offer, learning lessons written in sweat and survival against elite opposition. Working alongside trainer Joe Goosen, Barrios has been in camp doing what composed professional fighters do, sharpening the fundamentals, drilling the details, preparing with patience and precision. There are no dramatic transformation narratives surrounding Barrios because Barrios doesn't need one.
You know what I'm saying? So I think we're looking at a real boxing match. Could he overwhelm Barrios? Yeah, but where is he mentally? Ryan Garcia has been spending time with YouTubers and streamers like that. He ain't really been training. So what type of Ryan are we getting? I mean, are we going to get the front runner Ryan who go in there and try his best for 2-3 rounds and then for the rest of the fight? Or is we going to get a focused Ryan that's really trying to...
He already knows who he is. He already knows what he brings. He plans to walk into that ring, apply steady and relentless pressure, and systematically test every single layer of Ryan Garcia's composure until he finds the cracks. And if Garcia's discipline starts to slip, if the old habits begin whispering in the back of his mind around round 7 or 8 when his legs are heavy and his lungs are burning, Barrios will be right there, structured and patient, ready to take full advantage of every single lapse.
Fight. I think the height plays a major part. I think the jab of Barrios plays a major part if he apply that jab. But Ryan got to show more than the left hook. At the same time, Ryan can punch. Barrios, if he turned on, then he looked good, like he did against the Cuban boy. I forgot his name, but that was a great night for him. You know what I mean? So we can get that Barrios, or we can get the
This is actually what makes the fight so genuinely fascinating from a tactical perspective, because the styles tell a story all by themselves. Garcia brings speed that is legitimately jaw-dropping, the kind of hand speed that makes experienced fighters look slow, combined with genuine knockout power that has ended fights in the most dramatic fashion. When Ryan Garcia is operating at his peak, he is a nightmare to prepare for, a nightmare to stand across from, and a nightmare to figure out in real time. The explosiveness is real. The talent is real. Nobody credible is disputing any of that. But explosiveness without discipline is just chaos.
To be with 3 of the top trainers and not being able to train with neither of them and now going back to his dad, I don't know, there's questions there, you know, is that gonna work? Is he doing it because he doesn't want to work harder? He wants to call the shots, and his dad's going to do whatever he wants. We don't know. I don't know. You know, if it was his dad, he would stay with him his whole career and never hired anybody else. Maybe when he hired Eddie or Goosen or Derek James, maybe it's because.
And Mario Barrios has spent his entire career learning how to navigate chaos, absorb pressure, and stay structured when everything around him is trying to pull him off his game plan. Robert Garcia and Greg Hackett, 2 voices in boxing whose opinions carry serious weight, have both pointed to the central unpredictability surrounding Ryan Garcia as the defining factor in this matchup. Not his speed, not his power, his consistency, his mentality. His ability to maintain the version of himself that showed up in camp once the lights are blazing, the crowd is roaring, and the stakes feel impossibly high. Barrios, by every credible assessment, is the steadier and more reliable presence, the fighter who will be exactly who he is in round 1 and remain exactly that same fighter in round 12. So here's the absolute bottom line, delivered with all the dramatic flair this fight deserves. If the new Ryan Garcia, the disciplined, focused, rebuilt, redemption-fueled version, actually shows up and stays present for the full fight, this could end early and it could end violently, because that combination of speed and power applied with genuine focus is genuinely terrifying to face. Barrios would be in serious trouble, and the comeback story would write itself in the most satisfying way possible. But if the old Ryan Garcia shows up, if the discipline cue cracks, if the preparation wasn't quite as advertised, if the late-round demons that have haunted him before come creeping back, then Mario Barrios is going to grind him down with cold, professional efficiency, round by round, until the scorecards tell a story that Ryan Garcia Real Cly truly cannot afford to hear right now. This fight is not just about a victory, it's about survival. It's about legacy. It's about whether Ryan Garcia gets to be the hero of his own story or the most talented cautionary tale boxing has seen in years. The only person who knows which version is coming is Ryan Garcia himself. And even he might not be sure until the bell rings.